Do you want to become a national hero?
Keep watching to know how our very own national heroes became a part of Philippine history.
But first, here are some basic trivias to give you a head start. During his execution by the firing squad composed of 8 Filipino soldiers in Bagong Bayan on December 30, 1896, the last words of Dr. Jose Rizal, the national hero of the Philippines, was "Consumatum est." That means it is finished. His words are said to have been the same ones used by Jesus Christ shortly before he died of crucifixion.
Jose Rizal's full name is Jose Protasio Rizal Mercado Realonzo Realonda. During those times, Jose Rizal's real surname Mercado was a hot name, usually targeted by the Spaniards. He changed his name to Jose Rizal to protect his and his family's identity.
Jose Protasio Rizal Mercado y Alonso Realonda, also known as Jose Rizal, born on the 19th of June 1861, was a doctor, an intellectual, and a patriot. He was a man of letters, or in other words, a remarkable author, who was an inspiration to the Philippine nationalist movement. Rizal was the 7th child of a prosperous landowner along with his wife, Rizal's mother. He attained education in Manila and at the University of Madrid. With him being an author, most of his works were created in Europe, where he resided for almost 10 years. Did you know? In 1876, Rizal received his Bachelor of Arts degree from Ateneo de Manila. Not only did he receive this degree with the highest honors possible, but he was also the youngest to receive such an award, at only 15 years of age. A year after, Jose began to study at the University of Santo Tomas, wherein he studied philosophy. Although it seemed like everyone in the said school had loved and admired his intelligence, in May 1882, they threatened Rizal to take his father's, who was at the time a tenant, lands away from him, after finding out that Rizal was nowhere to be found. It turns out that he had traveled with the money he received from his brother to Barcelona, Spain, to continue his educational aspirations, though it seemed like he never ever ran out of dreams.
Did you know the most sought book in Philippine literature was written by the country's national hero, Jose Rizal? It was his first ever published book. These are also Rizal's photos. From the photo number 1, Rizal the avid fencer. In the photo, Rizal poses with friends Valentin Ventura and Juan Luna in Luna's home in Paris. In photo number 2, Rizal in London. And photo number 3, Jose Rizal with Marcelo H. Del Pilar and Mariano Ponce. In 1892, Rizal was charged with treason, sedition, and the formation of illegal societies by the Spanish court martial. The Spanish authorities believed that Rizal's writings were fatal and unnecessary. It whipped up the rebellion by which in 1896 became a revolution. Jose Rizal's ability to fight for freedom in a quiet yet effective manner helped him become the national hero of the Philippines. Instead of using violence or aggression, he wrote books, essays, and articles to show his love for the Philippines. He was a truly remarkable person for his period. He was modest, preferring to advocate for reforms through his words as compared to leading a revolution. Instead of acting aggressively, he used his intelligence, talents, and skills in a more peaceful way.
Rizal created the book Nolimitangere to highlight the problems in Philippine culture during the Spanish colonial era because of his everlasting love for his homeland. Because the novel described illegal behavior, the Spaniards at the time prohibited the Filipinos from reading the controversial book. However, as more Filipinos read the book and saw that the friars were mistreating them, they were unable to entirely ban it. This remarkable book tells the tale of Crisostomo Ibarra, including how he interacted with the Spanish government and prepared for his retaliation. You can read about Crisostomo Ibarra's life, his interactions with the Spanish government, and how he planned his retaliation in Rizal's second book, El Filibusterismo. Jose Rizal's execution was carried out when the command Fuego was heard, and Rizal made an effort to face the firing squad, but his bullet-riddled body turned to the right and his face directed to the morning sun. Rizal died exactly at 7:03 a.m., and his last words before he died were those said by Jesus Christ, "Consumatum est," which means it is finished.
Apunten! Consumatum est!
Jose Rizal was secretly buried in Paco Cemetery in Manila, but no identification was placed in his grave. His sister Narcisa tried to look in every gravesite and found freshly turned soil at the Paco Cemetery, assuming the burial site as the area where Rizal was buried. She gave a gift to the site caretaker so as to mark the grave with RPJ, the initials of Rizal, in a verse.
Jose Rizal stood for every Filipino during the breakout of the Spaniards. He is one of the most revered faces in Philippine history. He was a multi-faced intellectual and a political activist, best known for his political writings that inspired the Philippine Revolution and ultimately led to his execution by the Spanish colonizers. Rizal was the hope of the Filipinos, the only beaming light during times of dismay and cruelty. He stood with his bare feet, running from country to country for his secret mission in Spain. The Philippines is what it is today because of everything he did for the country.
That's all for today's video. We hope you learned something from our national hero. Like and subscribe for more facting facts!